Well, hey there, people. This is Impala 100, and we are back on our single player world today. But this is not an episode. We've recorded 50 of those things. We're going to focus on doing a world tour today. Almost 1 year ago today, we started this world. We spawned on this exact block that is now a chest. It used to be a dirt block, which is now framed up in our house. Now it's a chest. Because I stored the dirt block in there on the very first day we made this chest. We made that crafting, or a different crafting table probably, but you guys get the point. And then we made our 3 signs here, laying out some ground rules for the world. So in this world, we have not used a single mod and will continue to do so. The second rule was to not use any chunk decoders like chunk base. And then rules 3 and 4 kind of tie into each other. You know, we took things slow and we focused on the small things, whether that's builds or projects. We did things in bite-sized chunks, and yeah, we're halfway to our ultimate goal of 100 episodes. And on episode 50, we built these monuments here, 25 blocks tall each, equaling 50 blocks in total height, I guess. Because going 50 blocks in height was, yeah, too much. Again, you guys don't care about that. So how this is going to work is it's going to be a very chill, laid-back tour of our world. I hope you guys enjoy, maybe draw some inspiration from it, whether you're new viewers or old viewers. But it's just to document the progress here and how much we've done, and hopefully you all enjoy. So before we get started, I actually want to share what this world used to look like. So in order to do that, what I'm going to have to do first and foremost, let's figure out the seed here. And for anybody in the comments that wants to be super cool and get pinned, you could write it in the comments here, because I think the #1 question I get asked is, what's the seed? Some people just comment seed. No manners whatsoever, but it's okay. But yeah, for those wanting the seed, I'm sure somebody's commented it and it's probably pinned down below. Enjoy playing. But I'm going to take this seed now, copy it, and then paste it into a new world file, because I want to share with you guys what this place used to look like. So I don't have the exact block here, but it's all good. And this general area here on this hill, somewhere around here, we spawned in. I think it was on one of these edge blocks here. But we spawned in and completely transformed the area. So this is what it used to look like. This was a dried up riverbed. We tried to settle near water initially, which is what led us to this area. And basically, when we go through here, this is going to look sort of recognizable, I guess, with the natural features that we kept. But you're going to be able to see immediately how much time and effort went into this whole thing. I'd say for the first 50 episodes, the majority of our focus, probably 40 of these episodes, have been to doing small, marginal improvements to this area to really just add some depth and some thought, and also some use to every single thing that we built. So hopefully that's a recurring theme that you guys see in the tour here. But yeah, this is a good enough look here. The Ghost of Impala, oops, there we go. I love this. The Ghost of Impala is now going to return to his actual world here. To get started, I guess we could show off what we did here. This is one of our more recent projects. We took the 4 central chunks of our world here and kind of decorated it, and yeah, made this beautiful little garden here. Again, on episode 50, we made these 2 obelisks here, I guess you could say, out of calcite and smooth quartz, some gold, and if you look up at the top, there's some diamonds and there's some flames on top. This is going to transform over the next 50 episodes, but I thought it would be cool to kind of, when we spawn into the world here, if our bed isn't set or something, we die. There's kind of a cool little area for us to just, re-enter the world at. I fully expect this to change. This glass box in the center here, not, vibing too much with me here. I've had some time to chew on it, so it will change eventually. Oh, we still have some, rogue chest here. I try to do good with managing my storage, but I guess I missed this one here. But yeah, outside of this little center area for where we spawned in, I kind of want to, tour the world. Hey, Enderman. In like a chronological-ish order. So I'll walk you through our day 1. So on day one, we spawned in, yeah, made those rules over here, and we said, hey, we need to find some food. Well, the food source I wanted to get was fish, and we weren't going to be fishing using a rod. We were going to fish using our sword, yes, because that's a new feature here. So we looked for water, and we eventually found a little lake right through all this. Again, we're going to kind of go slow on foot here, not the typical Impala jumping around everywhere. I'm going to try my best not to do that this episode. But anyways, we set off to this lake and we got some fish and then called it a night. And due to the geography of the place, it's usually 50-50 whether I dig a hidey hole or make a starter house. And due to the, I just said geography, due to the terrain here, we ended up digging a little hole into the, what used to be a hill. Now it's more like a, I don't know, a wall. But we dug a hole in here and decorated this place. And it was our first home. And it's just nice and cozy. We decorated it because it was, you know, we didn't have a bed the first few nights to kind of, you know, break in the world here and get some mining done and stuff. So yeah, we had some simple decorations here. Since then, our buddy Tom, who is trapped here against his will because he, you know, seems to get himself into some tough situations and likes to venture off. When Tom was free, he was a zombie villager. We cured him in here and just decided to repurpose this, you know, starter home as his house. And after creating this starter home here, we decided it was best to focus on really settling in and, you know, focusing on food, transportation, and just kind of, you know, establishing the basics of Minecraft to where we could have a good foundation to go off of. So we decided to make this animal pen here. And I believe it took, goodness gracious, we didn't oxidize this beforehand. We let it oxidize organically. It's pretty cool how this turned out here. We tried to go for a little different of a, you know, animal pen. Typically people do barns. Some people just have fences out in the open. I decided to double gate in case these guys got out. Just did a simple little, yeah, pen in here with some supports, utilizing the new copper blocks. We were super stoked for that. Militia guessed correctly the amount of episodes it would take for the roof to fully oxidize. So Militia got a cookie, quite literally. It's now a part of Impala 100 world history here. But yes, this is our animal pen. I thought it was super cool. And shortly after that, we got ourselves a horse and made a horse pen kind of similar to this style here with the foundation and the fence on top. Master Oogway is our horse. That was a viewer's suggestion name. And he loves to do this. Thank you so much for sharing your special talent. Yeah, he does that all the time. So in the 50 episodes, I'm sure every other episode is me catching him doing that. Or not even me catching him doing it. You'll just see it go on in the background. Yeah, that's it. That's his thing. That's his signature. During this time here, we also made ourselves a fishing dock and then eventually upgraded it here with the roof on top and kind of just completely overhauled it compared to what it was originally. Oh, thank you. Enderman gave us a gift here. But yeah, we fish here. We also have some boats down here for transport. It's pretty cool. I enjoy this fishing dock. And we did quite a bit of it here. We really tried to focus on the aspects of the game that kind of gotten overlooked. So I guess we have some name tags here and some saddles. That's something to note and remember. But yeah, we also decided to make some crop fields here. It's one of our favorite activities to do in the game is, yeah, farm. So that's what we did, and we created this windmill. I can't believe I'm glossing over it. Simple little windmill here with the mud brick base. We wanted to utilize the acacia, and then on top we used some concrete. I thought that was super cool, and like I said, we try to, you know, assign a purpose to every single build here. So the windmill, it made sense to store all of our farmables. So yeah, we have plenty of farmable items here. You can't see everything being farmed, but the farms go on for a while. We have some kelp and sweet berries up here too. Beautiful. There's a little bone meal maker here for all the excess seeds we have, and we also store our poisonous potatoes up here because I don't know where else to store them. We also made this beautiful boardwalk here way later on, but it's just kind of connected to this area. We made this boardwalk the same time we updated or upgraded this dock here. And then at the end here, we'll kind of go into everything else, that way later. I want to backtrack just a little bit here, though, first and foremost, before we go too far. So once we established all of our, farming needs here, fishing needs, basically covering our bases for food and travel, there was a cave down here that we saw, and it's since changed with the entrance here and everything. But there's a little crevice down here that we took, and it was our first ever cave. And we decided to repurpose this into a mine. I'm taking a sip of tea here. I apologize. So there's a lot of Enderman grief now with grass blocks and whatnot. But yeah, we built a very unnecessary bridge or suspension bridge going across the mine here, or across the cave here, to take us to our mining area. I thought this is always a project I wanted to do. Kind of an over-the-top nostalgic feel of a mine here, and we'll get into everything down here, but this is one of my coolest projects in my opinion, early game especially. If we go out this way here, just kind of look at the scope of it. Yeah, we just have a very unnecessary suspension bridge using a ton of wood, a ton of cobble, and there's a ton of Enderman grief down here. Yeah, there's a tree here. I planted it, or I put a sapling down to indicate that there's a slime chunk here. I think eventually we'll want to make a slime farm. But I didn't realize the tree would actually grow. So now there's just a tree here. Down here is our designated mining area. So when we first created this mine, I decided to make a mine that went to the best level to mine for iron on the stone level here. I know that you could find the mega iron veins in the deep slate level, but I figured this would be a great excuse for us to get stone, to get coal, and to also get iron at the same time, some other resources. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. We dug out that way. Once you advance in the game, you just kind of stop doing it. So this is something we could come and finish if it's really bothering us. It really isn't, though. Yeah, this is our iron mine. And we have a little forge area here, I guess you could say, with furnaces or furnace, whatever side of the argument y'all are on. And instead of wasting coal here, we decided to take advantage of the dripstone mechanic to farm lava. So lots of our early game iron went to making cauldrons here and kind of set it up on this natural-ish area of dripstone here in the dripstone cave. So thought that was cool. Yeah, so we had this furnace area, we had the source of fuel, and then we have a little storage area here. And you'll see I love my storage rooms to, hold all the blocks that we're digging up here. And, it doesn't look like a lot has been mined here because we have moved it up to our home, which we'll see later. But yeah, eventually, later on down the line, we decided to graduate to deep slate, and this is for that year. I did not hear the water sound effect there. Okay, that was interesting. One thing I like to do in my mines here is kind of indicate what's going on, down the edge here, if there's anything cool. There's a mega iron vein down there, indicated by the iron block. There is probably a zombie spawner down that way, which is why the mossy cobble's there, and so on and so forth. So we haven't really had to dig this out so far because we've gotten so much diamonds from this alone here. So anyways, that's where we get the diamonds, and that's where all the magic happens, I guess you could say. So all cave stuff aside, we're going to head back up to the surface now and enjoy this minecart ride. Okay, so this was kind of our foundational area here. We had our farms all set up here. We had our mine. We had a little home here, but we were beginning to outgrow our little home on the side of the hill here. So I thought it would be nice to create a house on top of the hill. So we'll work our way through here. By the way, these retaining walls, we'll come back to it later. That was a much later project here. But anyways, up here was where we started our home. Again, one thing I'd like to mention is that everything on this world, minus the monuments over there, is 100% freelanced on the episodes here. So we decided to make this home together. I kind of had an idea in mind when creating it, but as far as block palette and everything else, we kind of built with what we had here. So, home sweet home. This is our house. We have a little wraparound patio here. Really enjoy the oak blocks. Just the color palette just meshes beautifully. We have a little area here to put random junk. Yeah, super cool. We grew up some crops here, made a little swing on the edge here. Really super cool, and I think we went through a phase starting this world with the copper grate blocks. It's a very great block. Brand new. I totally understand. And we ended up waxing all of this. We have a bee farm we could show off later. So this entrance room here is multi-purpose. First and foremost, I believe this is our first set of iron armor. Yeah, that is definitely used. Our first set of iron armor. We just have some gold armor to, put on this side here, but, barely used. And we also store our books in here as well. So I think we have some mending books in there, respiration. Wanted to take advantage of the chiseled bookshelf. Now we also have some mementos. This is our first ever wooden pickaxe. We're holding it in our inventory here. And here is, see, I can't take that block right now. So I need to throw that dirt out. This is our spawn block that we spawned in at our spawn chunk. There we go. Say that 3 times fast. We'll take it real quick. The spawn block. It's right here. Maybe it'll have a different location later, but that's that. Here is our pup Tame. My channel name's Impala100. Drew inspiration from Tame Impala, the band. So that's why his name is that. If we take a look over here, here is a map of our world, and we kind of have everything all, is it marked out, I guess you could say. This is probably one of my favorite projects we worked on in the first 50 episodes here, so you guys could kind of take a look. We named all of the villages in yellow. The orange banners here are points of interest, like spawners, cool, what is that? Serpent Bluff was like a cool mountain that we saw. Goat Peak, another cool mountain. There's some snow dogs we could come back for later over there. The blue banners here indicate a structure like a pillager outpost, a stronghold, ocean monuments, trail ruins, desert temples, you name it. So anyways, lots of cool stuff. And then the red banners here indicate a biome that I thought was rare at the time. I mean, jungle, there's so much jungle here that I could probably take that out. Dark oak is good to keep. That was a rarer biome here, exploring these 4 maps. Mega taiga, there's actually one right down here. There's the deep dark that we found, which is super cool / spooky. But yeah, this was our map project here. Again, it was super fun to work on and definitely helped make this world special. And this is actually super useful to us because we are not using any chunk decoders. So we explored all by foot or by boat here. And it allowed us to find some pretty cool stuff, I guess you could say. Now, this is our little entrance area surrounded by the patio. If we walk down here, it kind of all opens up into the rest of the home. So again, we have a little living room here with a chimney going all the way up. We have a little carpet here that covers up, hay bales, so we could jump down, have a good time. People who watch me know exactly what I'm talking about. Hashtag John Cena. Here is our storage room, our initial one. There's some more stuff down there that we could talk about later. But yeah, storage. We have smithing templates, sherds, fun stuff. So that's that. You guys have seen that before. And we store our records right here with our jukebox. Anyways, if we go up this tower here, oh, here's the bad joke jar. I've told way more than 6 bad jokes. This is something new. Every single time there's a bad joke in, one of my episodes, it makes it here. Yeah, and I thought this is a super cool area here, adding some depth to the starter home. So we have a little bedroom here, a little potion set up in the corner. Out here, there's a nice little patio with a view of our world. How awesome. And if we head back in here and turn left, first off, have we still not named you? We still haven't named him. And I know people have probably given suggestions here. Up here is our enchanting setup. We have our exploration area here with different maps that we've explored. This is a Taiga village map. We were taking advantage of the villager trade rebalance here. We are playing with that enabled in this world, and it's led to some pretty fun content in my opinion. And here's a little banner creation area here. So a little multi-purpose functional room in our home. So, John Cena. Down here is our adventure checklist. I don't know. Again, villager rebound stuff. It's something to take a look at. This is what we still need to find. Blah, blah, blah. If we head down here, we decided to create storage cellars later on in this series. And this is for all of our bulk storage, like deep slate, stone, etc. And if we turn the corner here, we have a little super smelter. And we're utilizing, what is it? Dried kelp blocks here. Why is smooth quartz up top? That makes no sense because, I don't know. I guess I put in smooth quartz. You can't cook that anymore. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyways, this is the storage cellars, and we're going to work our way out. Outside here. This takes us to the second level of our kind of tiered mountain that we ended up shaping here. And we decided to, really go hard on the terraforming here and the decoration to just add some color to, pretty, rough biomes when it comes to savanna and plains and, the border zone of this biome here. It's pretty dull color, so we try to liven it up just a bit here. So anyways, yeah, that's why we made retaining walls here too. So it's not just a plain hill. So we were kind of set on this pattern. We added some vines and whatnot. And I think it really did add some, interest to the area for sure. So we're going to take this pathway down. I know I said chronological, but I also added the little word segment-ish at the end. We're going to go a little bit out of order here. But eventually, down here, we made this sugarcane field and really tried to branch out on the types of crops that we were growing up. So we had sugarcane. We added our pumpkin and melon patch here, which I kind of glazed through. This is a later addition here. And so, yeah, now that we're hiding Tom's home back here, we decided to put pumpkins and melons here as well in front of him. So unless you were actually walking through here, you would have had no clue that this was here. Super cool stuff. So yeah, we were farming up pumpkins and melons here, sugarcane, and if we work our way out this way, there's a few things. First and foremost, we decided to make a shortcut here before we made these storage cellars. This was something that we used just some bubble columns here to get us up to our home because we do lots of travel here. Because if we walk out this way, take a look just over there. There's a nether portal. We'll take a look at that in a second. So there's lots of foot traffic. We decided to make a little shortcut here. Now, this was a super cool area here that I thought was pretty unique. We decided to farm up kelp. And I thought this was a cool decision because I haven't really seen people farm up kelp that's not in an automated manner. So we decided to make the kelp docks here because there's just so much space on the water here. I wanted it to look a little bit more developed, but also kelp is a great resource for fuel. I was getting tired of using coal. So that's why we made it. Again, we just kind of went through here, farmed stuff up, had a good time. You guys know the drill. But then after that, or I guess before that technically, We'll go into that later. We decided to venture into the nether once we had a few diamonds to our name. And there was a portal ruin here. If you guys take a look at the little snapshot that I showed of the blank world, there's a portal ruin that we tried to accurately recreate as much as possible. I'm going to leave it night here while the portal's here because it's super cool. But we also took some liberties in shape and design. And we also decided to make these little basalt pillars, almost like teeth, coming from the ground all around the area with some netherrack. And we added in some other stuff here too. I thought it was super awesome. We'll take a break from here. We'll take a break and show off the nether hub real quick. So again, chronological-ish. Here's the nether hub. It's super cool. This was a later project that we worked on. It took multiple attempts, multiple episodes to get it to where it's at now. We'll show it later. When we first spawned in, it was down here in this room. Whoosh. So we had a portal that took us right into this room. I don't know the exact area. But yeah, we spawned directly into another fortress here. It's happened to me before, like once. Maybe twice. Once on a server, once in one of my worlds. It's been forever. But yeah, it was, it surprised me here. But then I realized, hey, I'm in the nether. I need to figure out where I could set up a netherite mine. And in a basalt delta, that's not a good thing. So instead of doing a fortress exploration session, we decided to try to find a netherite mine, which we'll go to later, I guess. Down here, here's some nether access that just takes us down to the bottom near the fortress. No big deal. And then we have 4 different tunnels here, taking us to different stuff. This one takes us to Boring Village, Snowcliff Village, and the Raid Fortress. This one takes us to Nowhere, TBD. This one with the Armadillo takes us to the Stronghold and the Mending Village and Swamp. Oh my goodness. And this one takes us to the Desert Oasis, the Zombie XP Farm, and the Nether Mine. I want to show off the XP Farm and the Nether Mine here real quick, and we'll do the Nether Mine first, just because we're trying to go chronological-ish here. So we have packed ice tunnels with a boat here. This is my favorite means of transportation in the nether. It's also the first time I've ever done this in a world. I've only seen people do this before and decided to try it myself. Anyways. Okay, we're out. Down here, we're just going to jump. I'm joking. We have a slime block here, of course. You guys know me by now. And down here is our little nether mine. And I'm not doing bed mining. I'm not doing TNT mining. It's just straight up mining. So we decided to make a little complex here. We decorated a little area. And down here we get all the gold and quartz and ancient debris we could ever want. This is probably our most heavily used or dug at mine. Because ancient debris are tough to get. But it's been a great excuse to get quartz and gold and also, netherite. And then here, this is, if I could redo this here, I probably just would have put down a few chests, but that's just not fun to do. So, we have all the storage we could ever need, ever, in there. So, here's the netherite mine, and now I want to show you our XP farm that we built a little bit after this mine, I believe. I believe we need to turn left, coming up here. Oopsie. Oh, we passed it. Yeah, this is something we're going to have to work out. Maybe adding in some blocks there to stop momentum. But in here is our only source of XP right now. It's like a farm. Yeah, we while we were exploring a river, we came across a zombie spawner. And decided to, pimp it out, I guess you could say. We installed a light switch here, an on and off switch connected to this. Here's the banner attached to our map here that we placed the map on to document the area. But anyways, zombies go down. Then eventually they'll load up, take fall damage, and they're like 1 to 2 hits here. Let me see how many hits. Like 4 hits. I don't know. We're using our sword anyways, mending. Yeah, that's the farm. It supplied us with all the rotten flesh we could ever need. Yeah. And a ton of armor. Yeah, iron, feathers, you name it. It's fun. And yeah, we have another enchanting setup here. Just some random junk and some lapis. So, yeah, that's cool. Oh, by the way, Totems of Undying. Maybe we should show you guys the raid fortress next. And I know there's lots of other tunnels to different stuff, like down that way, for instance. I'm really going to focus on stuff that we've built. I'm not going to show you guys the, the end portal, because there's nothing built there. We just conquered the end in episode 50. Yeah, the Mending Village and Swamp, we only breeded up some, some villagers there to get a swamp villager, nothing crazy. So yeah, we will go to the raid fortress real quick here, which is on the second left, so all the way at the end essentially. Okay, we are here, and let's head on out. So if we dip out of here, you will see this looks like a whole bunch of nonsense. Essentially, this is a kill chamber, and there's plenty of emeralds, glowstone dust, redstone dust, and there's other chests for us to store stuff like saddles or totems of undying. So our plan was, hey, we want to, further explore the nether, and in order to explore the nether, we need to get some totems of undying to not die. Well, that didn't work. I ended up dying with totems in my inventory, or I guess they were in my inventory, but then they were used, but then I got killed again. It's a whole debacle. But we decided to kind of make a fun little area to conduct villager raids at. So we picked an area. The initial goal was to sacrifice that village there and kind of fortify it and destroy it and then fortify it. But then I decided, hey, might be easier to just make something nearby. So we made this fortress here. Let's jump out here to kind of show this off. So this is the raid fortress, kind of made it look like a castle. The idea was I could shoot villagers here, and that ended up not working. So then I decided we had to make a kill chamber here, utilizing water to take down all the, all the baddies all the way down there. There's lava blades underneath. If you guys really want to see this, you could check out the series. I'm not going to go down there. But there's lava blades. It's a good time. So anyways, yeah, we created this thing. It's cool. It works. We almost died a few times. But yeah, if you guys are ever looking to, just do interesting stuff, over the top never hurts. I could have just made a hole in the ground and did a very basic raid farm, but instead I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting and fun. And yeah, that was a 2-episode project. Yeah, looking super cool. By the way, here's the initial portal here, so we'll head on out. And I just realized we have to get our boat here. It's all good. Okay, let's head back. So that's kind of everything we built outside of our initial area. I guess it's a good little breakup from what we've already shown to what we're going to see now. Down here is a little pathway going all the way down, by the way, in case you guys were wondering. So it just takes us down to lava access. But yeah, if we walk out, I guess we could kind of wrap up the starter area this way here. So you're probably wondering what all these homes are. Well, they're farms, just disguised. They're ugly farms. Let me rephrase. Ugly farms that are disguised because they're redstone. So this is the kelp factory. That looks like a suburban home. It's okay. We walk in. We're taking advantage of the crafter block here. Is it working? Okay. Cool. We're taking advantage of the crafter block here to turn dried kelp into kelp blocks or dried kelp blocks, and then we're using that as fuel. Now, this is fully self-sustainable. Wow, can't talk. I don't need to touch this thing at all. I guess occasionally whenever it breaks, because it is broken right now, I'll show you guys what I mean. This goes off of a fuel source of bamboo right here. So once bamboo reaches a certain height, the observer will click on here, and it actually is working, by the way. It sometimes gets stuck down here a lot, so I have to come down and unstuck the minecart hoppers. But yeah, this is, again, completely freelanced. It looks ugly. Yeah, we have two different bamboo chambers here. It was initially supposed to be one, and then we realized it wasn't enough, so we made a second one. And then here is the kelp chamber, very similarly. Again, freelanced it. We had to go back and fix the redstone here, but this is how it works. The kelp goes up and then goes down, and yeah, it gets cooked up by the bamboo. It's lots of redstone fun, and really pushed our redstone knowledge here because it's very limited to begin with, and turned out being pretty cool. So we have, again, we've produced a lot more than this here. Yeah, we now are a kelp using family, I guess you could say. Up here, there's just some random farms that I had that I thought looked cool. Berry farm. We have a cocoa bean farm with some custom made jungle trees here, and a little cactus patch. And then up here, there's another little nether wart farm, which I thought was cool. So, oh, by the way, take a look at this. This is a bee farm. One of the first things that we built right after our home, we built this bee farm so that we could wax the copper there. And yeah, these are free range bees, but I tried to just take out, I guess I did initially, take out a lot of flowers close by so that they wouldn't wander off too far and get lost. So they're still kicking here. Now, if we head on down this way, this ugly little build is a bone meal farm. It doesn't sound like it's working. We'll show you guys, but it's been very productive. Again, lots of bone blocks here. We also have moss as well. Let's take a look back here. This is a little maintenance area. So yeah, moss is collecting. Yeah, there's cobblestone jamming it up there. It's basically a stone generator and moss and all that stuff. It's self-sustaining 100%, so we barely have to touch it. And it's a passive form of bone meal, which we could use to farm up more stuff. And this was the first auto farm that we had in this world. And it was very intentional because bone meal is one of the most important blocks when it comes to, you know, farming up everything. It just opens up the game so much. So that's why we chose this, and we decided to use some kelp blocks here, which is all farmed from the kelp docks, by the way, not from this. This came after this build here, obviously. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool and added a little something to the hillside here. Now, if we go up this way, we also decided to add a greenhouse to kind of cap off our farming efforts. So this is an area for us to use our bone meal here. Flowers and all the other decorative type stuff. Yeah, glowberries, you name it. It's a cool little area here. I really enjoyed building this. Then over here is a little shed attached to the greenhouse, just where we store all of the decorative stuff. And if we make our way around here, we'll be able to take a look at a few things. Wow, we're getting close to the end of the tour. Goodness gracious. How long has it been? I've been talking for almost an hour. Wow. Again, 50 episodes, I guess it's 50 episodes, but in here, we decided to make a little cave recently, and this was to farm every single type of wool. I thought it was cool. Also, the episode title was cool. Shear the Rainbow. Really had fun with that one. Yeah, this is a little sheep auto wool farm. You guys have seen this stuff before. We just decided to kind of make it like a walk-in type deal, and we have some Jebs back here. This guy's talking to his lost brethren, trying to figure out how we could, yeah, get an escape plan going for our other sheep friends here. But yeah, this is a little wool farm. I thought it was cool. And we plan on expanding out this way eventually. That's my goal, to kind of have it wrap around towards our spawn area here. So that's going to be my focus the next 50 episodes or so. Now, if we go down this way, hold up, I just completely went through. Shield your eyes, hold up. Okay, now unshield. Okay, so these are all custom built azalea trees. This is my first attempt at really doing custom trees. They're my babies. I enjoyed it. We mixed in some spruce with it. It was a good time. Anyways, yeah, we have a little pond here outside, just kind of making the area look a little unique. And then down here, we decided to make a big, obnoxious sniffer egg surrounded by azalea trees that aren't custom built. These are just bone mealed. And we're calling this, or we've been calling this, the sniffer nest, where we collect torch flower seeds and pitcher pods, and then eventually we farm them up here in this little hidden patch here, and then we'll harvest them, take them to the greenhouse, then replant. So yeah, the goal is to get another one in here. We just haven't found a second sniffer egg yet. And then get like 3 or 4 total, breed them up, and just have this working a lot more efficiently. But until then, it's doing a lot more than I'm already utilizing here, so can't really complain. And yeah, we, again, recently terraformed this area. I have some ideas for what to place here. And then down here, we kind of have a little stairwell. Later on in the series, I found out that this was another pretty crazy cave, and down here we actually stumbled upon a trial chamber, believe it or not. So that was super cool. We could end up doing some projects down there at the trial chamber, I think, and at the very least, harvest all the copper down there. And over here is kind of a little, again, more decorative area. We did this on a live stream. This used to be empty, but we decided to fill it with water, made it into a pond, and then it was plain for a while. Then eventually I decided to take another crack at it. We made a little, piece of land jut up, put a jungle tree, I guess, on there. And we have an ocelot here as well. So, yeah, thought it was super cool. Just, again, another decorative piece to make the area a bit more special, I guess you could say. Now, last but not least, this is something we started in episode 10. Oh, not last but not least. Hold up. We're still not done. I forgot about a few things here. First off, over this way is our little lumber area. We decided we needed a better place to farm up trees. So we have a few tree patches here. This is for mangrove trees. This is for mushrooms, the nether trees. This is for like all the 2x2 trees that you could grow, like dark oak or spruce. This is our bamboo patch. And then over here's another shed with some storage. While we're here, we'll actually grab 4 of these because we need to replant. Oh. Anyways, this is a tree farming area. Super simple, super awesome. Looks great. Now, in between this tree farming area and our spawn area, there's a little river here. Again, it was dried up. Nice, Master Uguay. It was dried up. When we started, we decided, hey, let's actually make this a legitimate river and make it navigable. So we did a huge terraforming project here. Turned in this, river biome into an actual river and not just a dried up piece of dirt. We made a few bridges here. This one was a lot older than this one here. Really digging the look of this one. And we flooded a little pond area here. This way, made some waterfalls. It's super unique, and it goes out to the ocean on that side. So it's kind of like a little a canal. How about that? It's kind of like a little terraformed canal here. And then out this way, there's a pathway going all the way to this village. We called it the Silk Road. There's a comment that said I should call it the Scoot Road. I love that idea. But this takes us to the first village that we found on like the first day we saw it. And we decided to wall off this village. It's called Genesis Village because it's the first one that we saw. And we did a lot of trading here where we've maxed out, I believe, almost all of these guys. Yeah, it's a master farmer there. Master butcher. mason, you name it. Yeah, we walled off the area to kind of sort of fortify it. It's on the ocean here. So, I don't know. Nice vibes. We could do some more stuff here eventually, but until then, this is just kind of what we're dealing with. We did some trading to get plenty of emeralds to start off the series here. And I'm actually going to sleep. Ouch. Oh, lordy. What are we... I'm just trying to do a peaceful little tour here. Okay. I think we're good. Anyways, you're probably wondering what that is. I guess we'll save it for last year. In episode 10 or 11, I want to say, I wanted to bring a way to, add some engagement to the series with the viewers. And I decided to take like an Ethos Lab approach. And I'm sure other people have done it too. But Etho is somebody who heavily influenced this series and influenced, how I play the game of Minecraft to begin with. One of the people who introduced me to the game. He has a book where he, or a segment at the end of his episodes where he'd answer comments and place them in a book and then put that book in a library. Well, I decided to name trees after the viewers that commented and kind of address the comments and have a little, not necessarily a Q&A session at the end of the video, but just a little chit chat with y'all, and really thanking everyone for their support. So on every single tree here, and man, goodness gracious, I'm going to try to filibuster long enough to show all these. On every single tree, there's somebody's name and an episode number, and there's a comment associated with that in the conversation. So, for instance, on episode 25, Jazzy Baby 2000, I've responded to their comment and put their name on a tree. So yeah, we called this place the Enchanted Forest. We tried to make it look enchanted. There's still plenty of more stuff we can do here to make it look even more enchanted. And we also need to eventually expand the forest because we're running out of space. Again, 100 episodes is around the corner here. Yeah, we put down like stuff like amethyst, a little geode in the ground. Looks like it's cracked open. Miles Trotman, Afro Hameli, Tobias Morales. Goodness, if I'm missing some people, I'm so sorry. Chelsea's Garden. What a great name to, put in here. Douglas Gordeau. Shout out to Douglas. Louie Nasty. Again, the list goes on. We decided to go with the organic, the organic approach to the wall here. Wow, look at all these names. Goodness gracious. So many people watching. I'd just like to take a second to thank anybody who's still watching now. It's pretty unbelievable, and I say it. Anybody who watches me all the time knows my position is pretty insane to think all these people are watching already here. Pot of Kool-Aid. Great name. A Pot of Kool-Aid I chose just not because of the comment, just because the name was cool. I think legitimately that's why I chose it. That's how my brain works here. I think I got almost everyone here. Lordy, I hope so. Yeah, okay. Now this big tree, we decided, hey, anybody who wanted to support the channel, and be a channel member, I don't know. It's a function that I was like, hey, it's cool to implement, but I don't know how to reward viewers for being a channel member. Again, it's just something where I'm here to make videos, not to completely monetize or, all that stuff. I'm not running a business. So we decided to, just add a little memento area for anybody who wanted to support this way. So the first ever channel members, Oakley. And then up here, we'll just go on up. Zinkberg, my good friend. Zinkberg is also a channel member here. Reddick731 or Redditch. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Haven. We go up even more. Fabian. Cardona. Lucky Lane. Oh, and yeah, again, so if you guys are catching my drift here, this tree, basically every single channel member adds to the channel member tree of chaos. Well, eventually, I had an idea to sell some merch, and I guess you could still buy it now. And so I felt, well, if people are purchasing this as well, then we'll add them to the tree. So Lane bought some merch. And then I believe, what is it? Redditch, who's also a channel member, bought merch, so we doubled up here because why not? Heather Crafter became a channel member. I think Phoebe Benton bought merch. And then if I'm missing anyone here that's now a channel member or who purchased merch, please forgive me as I have pre-recorded out here. I've been out of town. I guess I will be out of town, but I have been out of town from the time you're watching the video now. So this tree will likely change in the next coming episodes if anything has changed. But yeah, this is the world. 50 episodes of fun, almost a full year. We took things slow. We focused on the small things, and man, it's been well over an hour now of me walking and talking here, and hopefully I cut down some of it. And we've probably missed a lot of things, and that's okay. But again, it's just all comes down to the details in the story of your world. And we sure have a heck of a start here. And we now have another 50 episodes to look forward to. And many more after that, hopefully. We'll see. Again, but we're 50% to our goal here. And I can't wait to see what the next 50 have in store for us. So if you're still with me here, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the tour, be sure to leave a like rating down below. And if you hated it, leave a dislike and tell me why. This has been Impala 100, and I will see you on our regularly scheduled programming, I guess you could say, starting next week. Okay, take it easy for now. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.